Come on. Come on. Hey. I like this joint. Is that a crime? I like this joint. Let's let it finish out, and then we're gonna start. Let's let it finish out. It is called Every Time by Deontay Wilder and Marcelos Wilder. So it's him and his brother. I think that Wilder is the one. I think that Deontay is the one singing, and Marcelos is the one rapping. I think that's what's going on here. But let me run it back for you. Yeah, Deontay Wilder is going into a music career. Now, I can do a whole video, and I've done before in the past, on when boxers do music. From Floyd Mayweather's elementary raps to Adrien Broner to Oscar De La Hoya's top-selling Spanish albums where he's wearing like the see-through fishnet shirt. You know, who else did some rap? Who else has been in music? Oh, of course, Emmanuel Adrien Pacquiao. You know, like he's did some music, but let's go listen to a little bit of it. Y'all don't like this? This is, and when somebody told me what it's called. Is it called what's the type of music like it's Afro Caribbean music or something like that? I don't know. I like it. I'm sorry. It's catchy to me. Maybe because I'm a Deontay Wilder fan, but I'm going to let you guys hear it a little bit one more time and bless you with this before we go talk about what's next for Deontay Wilder. And we got several other topics to talk about. So basically, Javier Fortuna and you know what? Let me play the music first. That's not catchy. Come on. You guys don't know good music. What are you? You guys are Gen Z. That's what you are. You're millennials. You don't know good music when you hear it. Like that shit, you know, I don't know, maybe it's just me. But you know, I think that you guys just don't know what good music is. But we got some news. Deontay Wilder is rumored to be fighting Robert Helenius. If you don't know.
How dare you?
How dare you? How do I fast forward this part of the stream? You can't. Damn it. And I used to be in the choir in the 5th grade. You don't really want to hear me sing. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, I'm a songbird. But anyway, let's go listen to what Frank Warren had to say about Deontay Wilder. So basically, 2 bits of news came out from 2 different sources over the last couple days about Deontay Wilder's return. One, Shelly Finkel talking about Deontay Wilder's going to be returning this fall, likely in August. And then you have Frank Warren going out there to say he's probably going to be fighting Robert Helenius. Here, let's listen to this. It was on Talk Sport. I think it was earlier today. But thanks for the super chat, Leonardo. But damn it, if I want you to listen to music, you're going to listen to music. By the way, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Take your time out. Like the video.
Sorry, he's fighting. Sorry, I've got that wrong. He's fighting. What's his name? The big guy, the big Scandinavian. My brain's gone. Sorry, I apologise. No, not Hammer. I'm having a senior moment. It comes to me in a minute. But he's got.
Helenius. Do you mean Helenius?
I'm sorry. I do apologise. The Finnish guy. Yeah. That's who he is.
Okay, all right. Listen, let me ask you about Tyson Fury, because he said something the other day. I saw him on stage, and I could just imagine you sitting at home in front of the fire having a cup of Earl Grey and then just spitting it out all over the fire.
We don't have to listen to that part, though. But, I mean, if I used to be a really, really big Robert Helenius fan in the early 2010s. Now, let me pull up his resume here. You know, to be honest, he hasn't really, he's really disappointed a lot. For example, it was all downhill for him when he had those promotional issues, a shoulder injury, and that Derek Chisora fight. Here is Robert Helenius, 31-3 with 20 KOs, 6'6", Finland. Remember, he's got those 2 big upset knockouts over Adam Kownacki. Adam Kownacki was winning the first fight, but then the second fight, he just dominated the shit out of him. Adam Kownacki is going to be returning later on this month on the undercard. He actually had a media workout yesterday, and I got a media call to upload from him that I keep forgetting. He's going to be fighting on the undercard of Danny Garcia versus Jose Benavidez on July the 30th against Ali Demirezen. Demirezen, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. But here's Robert Helenius. Now, he's had some big fights in his career, but as I said, it was pretty much all downhill. As you can see, he was on a, you know, like this knockout streak, and he used to be light on his feet and had fantastic body work. But then he had some injuries and some promotional issues. You know, a lot of people thought he got a gift decision against Derek Chisora. Then one fight 2012, one fight 2013, and then he was off, you know, until 2015, a 2-year layoff. Lost to Johan Duhaupas. That's when people thought it was over, when he was losing to the quality of that type of opponent at that stage in his career. Remember what Deontay Wilder did to Johan Duhaupas. Then he lost to Dylan White, and it was like, damn, bro, you're really done. And then he lost to Gerald Washington, of all people. Now, mind you, Robert Helenius is good. He's always been good, but I don't know what the hell was going on with him losing to Johan Duhaupas and Gerald Washington. I can say Dylan White, but even there, seeing that Dylan White was able to outbox him, I don't know. But then, you know, he was supposed to be a sacred meal and food for Adam Kownacki, and what did he do? Fucked up a lot of money for Adam Kownacki, and then beat him twice. So, as far as a comeback fight for Deontay Wilder, I like the fight, to be honest. And also, you know, he's supposed to be, does he still have that underling WBA bullshit gold belt? Well, either way, regardless, as you can see, if it is true, he'll be coming off of a year layoff. And Robert Helenius versus Deontay Wilder, in my opinion, for Deontay Wilder's comeback fight, after arguably losing 3 fights to Tyson Fury, 2 of them he got stopped by. But yo, and then them 2 tough fights with Luis Ortiz, I like this this Robert Helenius fight. You know, but we do know, and we've learned, that Deontay Wilder can take a beating, and he does have a chin. Remember all those questions years ago about his chin? Now, even though he did get stopped and knocked out brutally, basically put to sleep by Tyson Fury, still, nonetheless, Deontay Wilder's got a chin. He can take a fucking beating. You know, so to me, you know, that answered a lot of questions for me. But overall, I like this fight. The problem I have with it is, are they going to put it on pay-per-view? And are we going to have a 3-month pay-per-view schedule where, actually 4 months, if you count Canelo versus Golovkin 3, September, October, Spence versus Crawford, or the return of Deontay Wilder versus Helenius. And that's going to be October, November, and then December is probably going to be Tank Davis. I don't like all these pay-per-views. I don't like it. And Deontay Wilder, at this point in time in his career, he does bring in a lot of money and command a lot of money, and he brings in enough money to be able to warrant for them, you know, the powers that be, whether it's Fox or Showtime, to put him on pay-per-view. You know, so that's the part that pisses me off. But how much do you think Deontay Wilder can bring in on pay-per-view just off of his name? Because let's be honest, nobody over here in the States know who Robert Helenius is. But Deontay Wilder versus Robert Helenius on pay-per-view, if they decide to do that, which my gut tells me that they will, anytime we get Luis Ortiz versus Charles Martin on pay-per-view, and we're getting, September also, we got Andy Ruiz taking on Luis Ortiz on pay-per-view. So if they putting this shit on pay-per-view, and remember, they started off the year, January the 1st, putting Luis Ortiz, Charles Martin on pay-per-view. So you better bet your fucking ball sack that they're going to put Deontay Wilder versus Helenius on pay-per-view, and it makes me sick. It makes me sick. But hey, who am I to complain? I'm here, you know, to cover the fights for you, the people, you know, and your voices shall be heard. But, you know, I'm guessing the path is going to be for, let's say hypothetically, if Deontay Wilder beats Robert Helenius, then what happens? Does he go on to fight Adam Kownacki, or do they keep building up Adam Kownacki, or does Wilder go in and fight the winner of Andy Ruiz, Luis Ortiz? You know, do you think they would do, gosh doggone phone ringing? I'm probably one of the only people that have a house phone. Still, it's for the fax machine. But he has options. Now it depends, you know, like, do they baby, you know, Deontay and Adam Kownacki? Would that be the end game? Or is the end game for Deontay Wilder? I'm talking about in 3 fights. So if they do Wilder versus Helenius, okay, boom, Wilder gets through him. Do they do Wilder versus Kownacki? And then Wilder versus Ruiz? You know, Luis Ortiz winner? You know, or do they do Wilder versus Helenius, Wilder versus somebody else, and then, you know, he fights the winner of Kownacki and Luis Ortiz, Andy Ruiz winner. I know that may sound a little confusing, but if you follow boxing and the rankings, you kind of know where I'm going with that. I don't know. But PBC does, you know, they do have some shells in the chamber regarding fights they can make in the heavyweight division. Now, as far as Joshua and Usyk, well, of course, if you don't know, they're going to be fighting in Saudi Arabia on Sky Sports Boxing over in the UK and on the Zone here in the States. I'm hoping they don't put that shit on the Zone pay-per-view here, because if they put Tyson Fury versus Dylan White on ESPN pay-per-view, I don't put nothing past them. Like, nothing past these pay-per-view cats no more. But they're going to be fighting August the 20th. And then Tyson Fury, well, let's be honest. Tyson Fury pisses me off now, because he just, you don't know what the fuck he's doing, and he's always just talking and yapping. You know, and as far as their retirement, I don't believe it. But what I do feel is, I don't feel that Tyson Fury really wants to see Alexander Usyk. I think that, you know, there's something there with Alexander Usyk that he doesn't like. You know, and he's already addressed it on the Joe Rogan podcast on how it is with smaller fighters, like he had issues with Steve Cunningham. You know, like those those slick cruiserweight fighters that come up, the smaller guys that come up to heavyweight. You know, it seems as though he seems to have issues with fighters like that. You know, just my personal opinion, though.